the student, this is what's kind of something I even worked on the last year of teaching was, you know, the ones who are actually getting it, then how do we address their needs? How do you see yourself meeting the needs of those individuals who are getting it and wanting to be challenged?
So usually I'll extend their learning by offering more activities. For example, you'll see tomorrow I'm going to pull out the kids that need to do specific retakes, get them set up to retake with different activities, and then the students that are left will play a learning game, which I have a couple of choices for them to pick from. Since we did just introduce a new unit, right here I say offering more activities that are choice-based and introduce them to more culturally Hispanic resources, products, and practices they can investigate. The second one is a little more intense and heavier, more like kind of almost like mini student-based projects for the day for them to work on. But since we just started a new unit and they're still learning some things, they're just going to have choice-based activities that revolve around some games to get them to learn the new vocabulary and learn the vocabulary. So you'll see the kids that want to play Pictionary or work on their flashcards or do those games that I'm going to offer, and I'll set them up, and then on the other side of things will be my retakers. So, yeah, they won't be doing as many of the culturally Hispanic things tomorrow.
Makes sense.
Because we just started a unit last week. So this will be their third class with this unit. So yeah.
All right. How about
lots
is there
games?
Yeah,
we like to play a lot of vocab games.
That's good to reinforce it.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. What would you like me to focus on during the observation? Anything specific?
Mostly on my transitions. A lot of times the reasons why we do activities in class get lost on students. And when I was student teaching, and I think I've always done a pretty okay job at it, but I've been out of the game for a year. But when transitioning, I want to know if I sound clear when I'm explaining why did we just do this activity, Miss K or Mrs. S or whoever I am now. But why did we just do this? Why is it important? How is it going to help me meet the learning target and or the learning goal, etc. And so, for example, when I wrap up an activity and am I covering the grammar? Am I telling them what that grammar helps us explain in Spanish? Am I telling them why that's important for the unit is like the unit and learning goal? I guess I have no idea if I'm very clear about it with them. You know.
Yes, you're trying to be intentional about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Like if there's so even if an activity doesn't make sense to them, there's something that I'm trying to get from them out of it.
Right.
And I need to make it clear ahead of time and after. So like before I do an activity, am I prefacing it with why are we doing this?
Sure.
And then when we wrap it up,
following back to it.
Hopefully now you guys know how to do blah 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 blah. And this is why. You know.
Yes.
I guess, am I intentionally clear about why we're doing what we are in my classroom?
Okay.
I think I got a little rusty on that because sometimes I'm like, wait, especially with the new curriculum in Spanish too. It's not even necessarily that I'm rusty, but sometimes I'm like, does my PLC agree on the district curriculum? What are we really teaching here? Can I relay that to them in student-friendly language?
Well, because ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to sell that, right? It's going to be meaningful to you.
Yes.
It's going to be meaningful to them.
Exactly.
And then authentic learning is going to take place.
Yes. So I guess that's what my focus is. Am I being clear enough? Am I being intentional enough about it?
Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow between 8:45 and 9:45, and then if within that time period, within 48 hours, if you can fill out the post observation, then we'll set a date and see how debrief on how things went.
Sweet.
So
sounds good.